coffee needed.
Oh my God. I'm not going to joke. I was like, my reaction is just to immediately join in. My heart is racing.
I want to get you, going.
Yeah, they asked me, you want coffee? I don't need coffee. Right. How's it going?
Good.
Fantastic
job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. I like your shirt. So many different hair colors. It's great. It's always a strange thing when it's coming out. You put so much work for so long into something that to know that people are seeing it and that it's finally finished is a unique feeling, and it's exciting. It's exciting when you like the finished product because you can talk about it and you don't have to manufacture enthusiasm. But the filming of it, the experience of it has been nothing but fun. It's hard work, but really enjoyable.
Was it very hard to bring up the comedic factor after doing such an amazing job in the first Ant-Man when you sat down and co-wrote the screenplay for the second one?
No, I think in a way it was the opposite because we didn't have to, it had already been established. People know the characters and accept us in the roles, I think. And because of that, we were able to lean into comedy or lean into whatever it is we were doing a little bit more. We didn't have to explain it. We just thought people will go along with this. And also, certainly with the Scott Lang role, I've already now been in Civil War, and in Civil War, the Russo brothers really wanted to lean into the comedy of it. I mean, the first Ant-Man, there were many discussions that we all had about where do we modulate this? How serious should Scott be? How funny? Because it's a superhero, and you're also it was Ant-Man seemed like a strange one to begin with. So I think everyone was finding their footing a little bit, and in this one we kind of hit the ground running.
I love the fact that it's such a family-friendly movie. It is the one Marvel movie that I will take my entire family to go see next week.
Yeah.
The comedy was on point. Was that something that you guys wanted? Like, the action is there, but it wasn't, the language was just so different for me.
Yeah. Yes. We feel that we have our own kind of space within this Marvel Cinematic Universe and our own tone with the films. And while we want it to work within the universe and want it to be enjoyable for all ages, we're dealing with parents and children. This is a theme that runs throughout this story. And a lot of kids want to see these movies, and sometimes there's some scary things in them, or there's some violent things in them that might be a little too intense. And so we wanted to make a movie that was enjoyable for lots of people. And as well as we wanted it to be funny, but we also wanted it to be engaging and moving in some way. We wanted it to be visually stunning, even more than the first one. And we wanted the action and the effects to be bigger and better. So we were trying to do a lot.
You did it. It was amazing. At least succeeded.
I love the fact that we finally have a father in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that there's also a blended family. There's a lot of representation in this film. Can you speak a little bit about what that means to you, what you brought to that?
Well, it's great being in a film co-starring with Evangeline, that it's a duo, that and actually the female character I think is the one who's really better suited for the job, in all honesty. She's born, it's the family business, and she's born into it. That it is multicultural, that I love the fact that it is an extended family, that my ex-wife and her new husband, like, we all get along really well. It takes a village. So, kind of speaking to that stuff is important, and we put a lot of thought into it, and it's nice to be part of something like that.
I know that when we go to the movie, my children, it's me back here.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
My kids are really, really going to enjoy the scenes with you and Abby. Can you talk about the way everything went filming with her? She looks kind of natural, and she played off of your character extremely well. So how did you all?
Abby, the girl who plays Cassie, is very talented. She's a really good actress and a good kid. And it was our second time working together, so I think she trusts me. We get on really well.
Your partner.
But I love working with her, and I love doing those scenes with her. I like working with kids because you don't really know what they're going to do, and you just kind of go off of what they're doing. And if you can establish a relationship outside of the filming and just hanging around set, it can be really fun to film scenes with kids. As far as my character doing a scene with a girl playing my daughter, it's not far off. My daughter's a little bit younger, but not much. And those kinds of scenes are accessible to me because I've been in them. I know what that's like, and I also, it's one of my favorite things because I share that with my own daughter, and she loves it. At first, when she was very young, I used to think, is it going to be weird when my daughter is old enough and she sees this movie that there's going to be me playing dad to a little girl? And instead, it's the opposite. I think she really loves it because I tell her, you're the real Cassie. And I do little things in the movie that are little things for her.
So what's it like working with Michelle Pfeiffer?
I mean, she's the best. She's so nice, and she's just a really lovely person. I've worked with her before, and it was great because I hadn't seen her in a while, and she was a very, very sweet person, very smart, very funny in ways I think people might not know. Yeah, she's very wry, and she's got a real stealthy, cool sense of humor, I find.
So did she inform your acting when you were portraying her? When you were channeling Janet?
People ask me how much have I, did I study Michelle Pfeiffer? I'm sure throughout my life I have subconsciously studied Michelle Pfeiffer. But there was a certain point where it's like, well, this might just get creepy if I no, go ahead, just go about your day, Michelle. I'm just observing you. But yeah, we kept referring to that as the all of me scene.
So we spoke to Hannah and Michael both, and they both talked the world of you and just how nice you are and how easy it is to be with you on the set. So what can you say about the rest of your co-stars on the set?
All right. Well, this is turned into a love fest for sure. Well, Hannah I met on this film, and she's really, really talented. I'd seen her in other things, and I was like, wow, she's really good, and very, very cool. Just cool. And we talked about music. I think her background was similar to that of another British actor, a guy named Richard Ayoade. I said, oh, you guys are do you know each other? I think a Nigerian, and I forget what and anyway, I'm getting off point. But she's great. And as far as Michael, I love him so much that it's such a thrill when you get to work with legends. And certainly he and Michelle and Lawrence Fishburne, I feel like, they're making this legitimate. I mean, they're icons. You can do anything with Michael Douglas, and it just has gravitas. And he's been in so many films that I've loved for so long, all of us, really. And I've said, as much as I admire and appreciate him as an actor, I have now come to admire and appreciate and love him even more as a guy, as a friend. And when he's on set, he's just so kind of funny and easygoing. We've gotten to the point now where we can talk script stuff and movie stuff, but instead, world events and sports and families. We talk a lot about our kids, and I'm always it's great. I feel like we've become friends, which is still baffling to me that I can say he would be a friend, but I just really love the guy.
So any answer that you say will be embargoed, just to preface this.
Okay.
What did you think of the ending scene? You're stuck in the quantum realm. Everybody's dusted. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about it. It's embargo. Say whatever you want.
Safe zone.
Yeah, tell us what happens in Infinity War.
All I can say is I so want this to remain as secretive as possible for as long as
Yes,
possible.
yes.
Oh yeah, no. This was what I was thinking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because I was giddy in a way, imagining this movie, which is funny and ends on this kind of uplifting, amazing moment, and then you're gonna see a few names, and then people are gonna go, wait.
Not what he said.
Yeah, and it is this shocking kind of punch to the gut that I was imagining reactions to it, and still am.
You got it.
You all gasped. Nobody talked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'll be honest, I only saw this for the first time 2 nights ago, and it was in a little small kind of screening room with Evangeline, Hannah, Lawrence Fishburne, and just a couple other people, and Lawrence didn't know it was. And when it happened, he just went, "Oh!" And some of the other people didn't, and they had that reaction. And even Evangeline and I, who knew it was coming, it was like, wow, this was really cool. And also knowing it was coming, like before Infinity War came out, I knew that this was, and so that was really exciting. It's like, knowing it's like, because it is knowing a secret that is going to really land when people see it.
We have time for one last question in the back right there.
So there were some fun scenes with you in the house. I wanted to know, how long did it take for you to do like the basketball scene, the play the drum scene, slide down the slide?
The sliding down the slide took a lot longer than the basket. That thing bouncing off the wall, it's like people say, what kind of special effects do you use? Well, if we make that basket, that's special effects. I can do that.
Well,
But
Abby had said that was her favorite scene to film.
sliding down the
last year.
slide,
She was like, the toboggan, it was great.
It really was. We did it in chunks. We had to do the down the stairs in one chunk and up. It was really fun, and we really were doing it.
You really played the cards?
Magic.
Oh, the magic?
Yeah,
I really did.
Oh,
Learn some of the magic. I haven't really kept it up, but then again, trying to learn to be really good at magic in a short amount of time is like trying to learn violin in a short amount of time. But the toboggan scenes were a blast. When you have to normally you have to shoot scenes several times, and it can get a little tedious. But with the toboggan, it's like, let's do it again.